what is sulfuric acid and their importance. Then we're going to mention the steps in the process. First of all, is the production of sulfur dioxide, then the purification of the sulfur, then the production of sulfur trioxide, the absorption, and the advanced in the derivative of production process. Okay, first of all, we have to say that sulfuric acid is a very strong mineral acid. It is considered a basic product in chemical industry. The contact process has three principal stages. In the first stage is the gas preparation. The second one is the conversion, and it is the heat of the process. And in the third one, there is the absorption. It is well known in chemical engineering that sulfuric acid, the 80% of sulfuric acid is used in fertilizer manufacturing. There is also used in oil refinery, wastewater processing, and chemical synthesis in pharmaceutical industries. The contact process was patented in 1831 by a British merchant named Philip. The first step is the production of sulfur dioxide, and it's very simple. We can say we only put sulfur in solid phase, and we burn at an oven with dry air. In this process, we manage high temperature, and as you can see, there is no reversible reaction. So we can say that this operation can be handled easily because we don't have to worry about the dioxide of sulfur and oxygen. The next step is the purification of sulfur dioxide. We have to make this because in the burning of sulfur and production of sulfur dioxide, we also have arsenic compounds that can poison our catalyst in the next stage. So for that, we remove or use those arsenic compounds and possibly dust and things like that we don't want to in the next stage.
So the next step is the production of sulfur trioxide by catalytic oxidation. To understand how it works, we have to know that this is the fundamental step because this reaction defines all the conversion of the whole process. So, to know how to modify the condition of temperature and pressure, we have to know what is the Le Chatelier principle. The Chatelier principle is for reversal reactions and system equilibrium. It says that in a certain equilibrium we do a disturbance. It can be a change of temperature or pressure. The system will shift its equilibrium position to counteract the effects of the disturbance. So we can apply this principle to understand what are the temperature and the pressure that compromise all the process. So in the first place we can analyze what could be the temperature. For that we have to know there's a thermic reaction for that and the energy is going to be a product. So to move the reaction to the right side with the product and the energy, we have to decrease the heat and decrease the energy in the reactor. For that we are going to use a lower temperature. But we have to have a rate consideration, that is the rate of the reaction, because if we use a lower temperature, the speed of the reaction is not going to be enough and we're going to spend a lot of money, a lot of time in the process. So our lower temperature is going to be between 400 and 500 degrees Celsius. The next consideration is the pressure. The Chatelier principle says that the pressure, if the pressure increases, we are going to move the reaction to the side that have fewer molecules. In this case, it's perfect for us if we increase the pressure because we're going to shift the equilibrium to the right side because there is just two molecules of gas. So we can increase the pressure to have more conversion and more gases of sulfuric trioxide. But there is an economic consideration that says that increase the pressure in chemical industries, it's really expensive. So we can do some experiments and say that it's enough use atmospheric pressure. So we don't have to use 2 or 3 atmospheres to have a good conversation, because with the atmospheric pressure, it doesn't have significant effects on the rate of the reaction. The next consideration will be the catalyst. The catalyst doesn't have direct effects upon the equilibrium, but it speeds up the rate of the reaction. So we use vanadium oxide, like the catalyst, to improve the interaction between the reactive, to have a major conversion of product.
The next step is the absorption of sulfur trioxide, in which we have to do a dissolution of sulfur trioxide. We mix it with a very high concentration of acid, sulfuric acid, to make oleum.
The last step is the diluting the oleum. We can dilute the oleum using a calculated amount of water to obtain sulfuric acid in a desired strength. So also we can control in this step, the step of dilution, to adaptate the process to forming fuming sulfuric acid. So for the conclusions, we know that it's important to apply the chemical principles to understand how the reactions work and what are the compromise conditions that maximize the conversation of our process. So we have to take account of the safety aspect, because we are managing a strong acid, and this is important because it's a good manufacturing product, because a chemical industry can be easily produce 100 metric tons of this acid.
It is also important to mention that almost 2/3 of sulfuric acid produced in the world is made by contact process.
Okay, questions for the two? Yes, in the back. Juan Diego.
What is the material of the oxidation or disoxidation?
The reactor has to have like a material of, if I'm not wrong, stainless steel, because it can be resistant to the corrosive of the acid.
Okay, other questions? I wanted to ask a little bit, you mentioned safety.
There is another question.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I don't understand the importance of water in convert the oil to
Diluting the oil?
acid sulfuric.
And
To convert the acid sulfuric
because I don't understand
The role of water, is that the
the
question?
role of water in oil to acid
the
sulfuric.
role of water is just it's an oil reaction to convert this acid again to this, but in more quantity. There's a more amount, and when we use water, we can decide what is the concentration of the final acid. So we can control this to have a very concentrated or a high concentrated acid.
Okay. Others? Okay. I wanted to ask you, related to safety toward the end. So what is one potential problem area, either with respect to human safety or environmental safety, that if we're not careful, we could have a problem?
With the principal care on safety is that there is an acid. So we are using this acid in the process in a vapor phase. So we have to be careful with the leaks, because it can have a toxic cloud that can go away to a city, or it could be a liquid leaks that contaminate a river or another water supply.
Okay. All right, good. Others? No? Okay, thank you.